single inch of private property to them. And if it is necessary to fight, then we'll fight the communists, because we will never accept the communists or the ANC government in South Africa.
The main event for the AWB after the elections was 34 bombing suspects appearing in the Joburg court. Those arrested included the AWB Executive Secretary, Terre'Blanche's Chief of Staff and his Head of Operations. 22 of the accused were former South African Special Forces with explosives training.
It's a hard thing for me, all my friends in jail locked up with long sentences. I hope something can happen to have them released.
What happened to them exactly?
There were 4 of them that was locked up together for the same type of bombings. And they got different sentences depending on which role they played. But my big friend Cliffy Barnard, he got about 7 life sentences. See, what we did, we really believed in. I think from our previous encounter, you know that I was sort of romantically involved with the revolution.
Good morning.
Hello.
Where have you been?
Just visiting next door, and the kids have been swimming there a little bit. I just want to keep it on the wire. The weather's nice here.
Anita likes to teach her grandchildren about Afrikaner history and traditions.
They love ketchup. Sit down by
But do you also teach them to be tolerant and accepting of the black?
Yes. And I think they grow up with that, meeting their mates at school and playing with them and doing things together. They will get used to that. But it's still funny to us. It's funny. You know, when you visit a friend, a black friend of a schoolboy come in and say, "Middag tannie, middag oom." You don't, it feels funny.
What does that mean?
Good afternoon, uncle, and good afternoon, auntie. So, it's funny for them to say uncle and auntie to us.
Do you like that, or?
Yes, it shows respectful, and there's no offense towards that.
But it's more equal.
It's more equal.
And
He's got the ability to greet you, and he don't call you boss and missus anymore because you're not his employer.
And do you like that change?
I think that's the way forward. That's how things are going. Doesn't depend on my liking or not.
After the election, the leader himself retreated to his farm with his horse and his dogs, while the AWB offices in Ventersdorp closed down due to falling membership. But remember, although Mandela was president, the leader still had his hometown of Ventersdorp tied up. He still had his own private police force leased out to the council and dished out his own kind of justice. It was 96, and John, who works at this service station, had reported seeing a white boy breaking into the chemist. Terre'Blanche rode up at 4:30 a.m. on his horse with his dog to teach John a lesson.
It was me, Eugene, and the dog in toilet. He locked me in the toilet inside. And then he said to me, "John, you know what?" I said, "Oh, Mren, I don't know what is my problem." He said, "Your problem is what? Why you say the police, that guy you have broken here is a white guy?" I said, "Mren, I have seen the white guy broken in toilets." He said, "No, you know, the white guy doesn't broke. The The guy who's broken is only black people. I said, no, Morena, that one I've seen is a white guy. It's a small one. He broken this he said to me, no, you talk lie. The white guy doesn't know. And then he coming and take me like this. He said to me, Jonah, you see my eyes. He opened his eyes. I said, yeah, Morena, see your eyes. He said to me, it's the first time and it's the last time. It's the first time and the last time you see my eye. I'm going to kill you today. I tried to take this sense out to me. But he said to the dog, Saldana, bite. Saldana, Beitom. Saldana, Beitom. The dog tried to bite. He bite me. This first bite here. And then one is that one. One is that one. Then he answered. I know his dogs is trying to bite guys here at the front. See? I try to put my hands like this way. The doggy want to bite me. All the guys, black people, white people, is afraid for Eugene. If Eugene comes next way, they run away.
The leader was also drinking heavily. In the same year, in a drunken state, he beat his night watchman, Paul Mashabi, who lives here in the township of Ching. Terre'Blanche beat him so badly that Paul was left in a coma and now remains paralyzed down one side.
Nie sê vir hom gewerk, toe sê vir Paul vir haar. Sy soek sy haar geld van die man toe was die man om. Toe wil sy nie vir die kind geld gee nie, toe bedreig sy met die kind. Toe slaat hy vir haar met die bakkie.
No, a ka senthunya ka ke bone letsogo la gago le a go godimo. Se tlhela ke bona ne se ga ke bona mo.
Sy sien sy tel sy hand op.
En
sy sê skiet toe wat haar skiet toe sien hy word swart voor haar toe sien hy niks.
Waar het hy geskiet?
By die kop geskiet.
Laat me zien.
By die kop en sy toe was geskiet toe kom die folie aan die kant.
Het lewe swaar die kant.
Arop la bokie toch aan.
As ek nie boom moet kan nie. Kan ek nie doen hoe moet ek dit mines.
En heeft hij geld gekregen van meneer Terre'Blanche?
Hij heeft hem nog niet gepakt.
Niks.
Kan ek nie kan nie, sê ek vra, hulle wil my nie betoes om my heen.
Hij heeft hem niks.
This is the 97 court appearance of Eugène Terre'Blanche for the attempted murder of Paul Mashabi. There was increasing black opposition, but Terre'Blanche was protected by a sympathetic police force still controlled by whites. The leader received a very sympathetic hearing from a white judiciary. He got a combined sentence of 1 year for John's assault and 6 years for the attempted murder of Paul. However, the leader appealed on the same day and was never admitted to prison.
Baie dankie. Ek is onskuldig, my kind. En ek glo in almagtige God. Ek verwag dat ek hier vry sal uitstap. Ek het maar net 'n man hospitaal toe geneem.
In 2000, the leader was suspected of the murder of Venterstop's first black mayor.
Now we're fine.
Strangely, though, Anita is much more sympathetic to the leader now than she was in 91.
You're very fond of Mr. Terre'Blanche.
Not that we are friends or visiting, things like that, but I think he walked the road and he also, the sun shine on his head as well, just like on everybody else's. He also needs a space, and he did try to